Last Sunday, I was with the children at the youth mass, and I asked them, which bread or which kind of bread do we have that if you eat of it, you'll not be hungry again, you know? And then one young boy raised his hands. I went to him and said, sugar bread. Yeah. For him, if you eat sugar bread, you'll not be hungry again. I don't know whether that is true, but for him, sugar bread was a bread that if you eat, you can be sure that you don't have to eat again. But in his innocence, he has mentioned sugar bread. Because, as we know, human beings, we wish we will not be hungry. And that will mean that you will not be wasting money, so to say, on food. If you want to budget for food the whole year, you could realize that you have spent so much money already. We are in August. So we had wished, or we would have wished, there's a way to eat once and that will be all. But that is not possible physically. Yet, there is one other alternative which is always possible. Today we have heard that if you eat my bread, you will live forever. Amen. Amen. This is the alternative that Jesus presents to you and to me. Jesus is the bread of life. He's a living bread. So when you eat him, you live. We have heard in the first reading of a man called Elijah, a great prophet. Elijah had worked so much for God. And in his days, unfortunately, all the prophets were attacked and killed. He remained the only prophet faithful to the true one God. And so he had to fight the other prophets of the false gods. If you read carefully 1 Kings chapter 19, before the 17 and 18, we hear that he even had to wrestle with the prophets of Baal, you know, and then to call fire from heaven. I hope you remember that incident. And then after he did that, you know, and they made them to be killed. And then that's not all. This man, same prophet Elijah, he was the same man who prayed for 3.5 years. Rain, no water dropped from the sky. It was through his prayers that God again opened the floodgates of heaven and brought down rain. That is true. When God opens the floodgates of heaven, there will be peace in your heart. Amen. Amen. When God opens the floodgates of heaven, He will bring back water into your life that is fading, your life that is thirsty. So He did that. Yet today we hear that this man is telling God, it is enough. It is enough. I want to die. Upon all this great CV, if you can call it, he says he wants to die. Why? Why? Because one woman was after him, after his life. She wanted to take his life. And because of the physical attack on him, he said, God, it's enough for me to go. Allow me. No human power, no human being, no physical force can have a say in your life if God says no. Amen. Amen. It's only God who has the final say in your life. Not any man, not any woman, not any spirit. It is only God. So God made this man, Elijah, come to terms with this fact of life. That Elijah, look, I am the one in charge, not you. So he travels to the desert, a day's journey we are told, and then he sits there and tells God, God, kill me, so to say. Are you fed up with life? Is life too heavy for you? Are you feeling this feeling of this man Elijah, that sometimes you wish God could do it some other way for you, so that the problem, the challenges, the issues you are going through come to an end? He wanted a quick way out, a fast way out. God, take my life, and that will end it. That will end it. So he lied there, just there in the desert. Yet God had a different plan for him. From the account of Elijah, I think we can learn some things for our own lives. Number one, do not close your account when God has not said so. Amen. Amen. This man felt that it was enough for him to close his account. You know, when you are closing your account, it means that you want to empty everything, so to say, you know. and then you don't have anything there. So he wanted to close his account of life. Don't close your account of life. Only God must and should close this account for you. And God doesn't even intend to close it, even if there's nothing in there, because he intends to put back into account, to make it again an account that is active. So this man tells God, kill me. God doesn't do that. He sleeps. And then we are told that in his sleep, he's awakened by who? An angel. An angel wakes him up. And then what happens? They feed him once, he sleeps again. They feed him twice. No, God doesn't just feed him once, but he gives him twice. And then what happens? When he had woken up from his sleep, had been fed spiritually, we are told that he had the strength to now go the journey. Again, we can pick some other lesson from this man's life. God has not opted out of your situation. Amen. God doesn't opt out of any situation in life. Whatever comes our way, God does not opt out of that situation. So don't put him out. Because God is not going for that option. He's not opting out of your situation. So have that in mind. It is a faith you can accept. It's a belief you can accept. Because he doesn't opt out of your situation. So he gets up, and then we are told he walks 40 days and 40 nights with no additional food. No additional food. What God gave him was enough to lead him to the Mount of Horeb. In the Mount of Horeb, Elijah encountered God. If we want to have this encounter with God, if you and I, Christians, Catholics, want to have this peace in our fellowship with God, sometimes we have to allow God to feed us. Amen. Christ the King. Sometimes we need to let God feed us. When we come to Mass, today He will feed us. You know, He feeds us every Mass, at every Mass. So we have to try that. Anything that should stop us from God feeding us, we should do away with that. You should always be qualified for God to feed you when you come to His presence, especially at Mass. The only thing that stops us is what we call mortal sin. So we have to clean our lives, make our lives enough holy for God to feed us. So Jesus tells the Jews in the Gospel, as was just read to us, that He is the one who feeds us, and then we shall not be hungry again. When the prophet and the Israelites ate manna in the desert some years, it was only for a day. They ate once a day, they kept eating. But when God gives you the food of life, this spiritual food, because the bread of life, Holy Communion, spiritually you are strengthened, not only for this earthly life, but even for the life after. Make sure that anything that stops you from coming to communion, you do away with it. Do your best to do that. We need that. Because this spiritual food is what we need. You know, our soul is always hungry. Our soul is hungry for God. And it's not the physical things we have around ourselves that will feed us, you know. This soul is not okay until God has satisfied it. It's only God can satisfy it. We pray that as God keeps feeding us at every Mass, we will continue to open up for Him to feed us. To feed us every day when we come into His presence. The second reading talks about what happens to you if God feeds you. Anger will not be there. It mentions so many things there. And it talks about you be kind to other people. You love other people. So it talks about the vices and the virtues, you know. But this is what God does with us. As the story of Elijah has taught us this morning, let us know that if God gives you enough, feeds you enough, you can go many, many miles of the spiritual life. That's why they say, those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Isaiah's strength was renewed, and he was able to go 40 days and nights without any physical help. When God renews your strength, you can go days, miles, years, and make sure that this strength is always renewed when you come to Mass. May God, who gives us always His body and even blood at every Mass, continue to come your way at every Mass with this food of angels, this bread of life. May you never stop God from feeding you. Amen. Amen.